Welcome to the Pain Truth program. Let's talk about focused expressive writing. We don't typically think that our emotions are relevant to our physical symptoms, when in fact the same parts of the brain responsible for experiencing stressful emotions are the exact same parts of the brain responsible for experiencing physical pain. The brain makes a story out of every experience we have had in our lives. Some positive, some neutral, and some, well, not so positive. All these combined stories, remembered by our brain, determine how we think, feel, and react to all joyous and stressful events that we experience. Expressive writing may help uncover feelings and unhelpful thought patterns that may be contributing to sensitizing your nervous system. As simple as it sounds, studies have shown that just 3 15-minute sessions of expressive writing can have lasting positive changes in pain, mood, and even the immune system. Those who practice expressive writing have been shown to have improved both mental and physical health and fewer visits to the doctors. Sometimes, just verbalizing your trauma may not be enough. But if you write down the emotions and feelings that may be causing you distress and bring it out of the unconscious, you may be able to release yourself of the negative memories. If you find the writing experience just too stressful or overwhelming, please stop and consult a physician and discuss options for dealing with your past and current life stresses. It must be said that expressive writing does not and should not replace appropriate medical and psychological treatments. If you're ready for the challenge, commit just 15 minutes, 3 times a week for the next 3 weeks to sit alone in a quiet room and practice focused expressive writing. Here are 7 suggestions for starting with focused expressive writing, also referred to as F.E.W. 1. Set a timer for 15 minutes so you don't quit ahead of time or go overtime. 2. You may use a pen and paper, type it out, or use a dictation software. Usually, the pen and paper is the easiest option. Number 3. Don't worry about spelling, grammar, or sentence structure at all. It doesn't matter. Number 4. Be yourself and write down your honest thoughts and feelings. There's no need to be fearful or embarrassed. 5. Keep your pen moving, even if it doesn't make sense. Don't judge. What you're writing is okay. 6. At the end, you may keep or destroy the paper and no one else needs to read it. Even you don't need to read it again. 7. Although some report being immediately upset by the writing experience, after a few days, many report finding the experience valuable and therapeutic. There are 3 specific steps to focused expressive writing. Step number 1. Write the original story. Step number 2. Write the impact of this story. Step number 3. Write a new version of this story. Step number 1. The original story involves expressing the emotions associated with a specific stressful life event. Briefly, in a sentence or 2, write down one past or current major stressful life experience. You may choose a different experience each time you write, or write on the same topic 2 to 3 times. It's your choice. Don't focus too much on the actual experience, but focus on the way it has made you feel and the emotions that you have associated with that stressful experience. In your writing, really let go and explore your deepest emotions and thoughts connected with that specific life event. You will write down, one of the major stressful events in my life has been, write the stressful event here, and this specific experience has made me feel fearful, sadness, worry, anger, guilt, or hopeless. Step number 2. Impact of the story involves expressing the fact that the emotions may be contributing to your current physical symptoms. Write how those suppressed negative emotions may be contributing to your nervous system hypersensitivity. Write down the possibility that those emotions may be linked to your current physical symptoms, such as back, neck, knee, or shoulder pain, or your muscle tension and spasms. You will write down, my suppressed negative emotions, such as expressed emotions you already expressed in step number 1, such as fear, sadness, worry, anger, guilt, or hopeless, may be contributing to my nervous system hypersensitivity and making me feel pain in my, write all the parts of the body where you currently experience discomfort. Step number 3. A new version of the story involves expressing possible new and more helpful perspectives, thoughts, and feelings associated with that same specific life event. Now that you're aware of the link between your emotions and your current physical symptoms, write down going forward from today possible new perspective and more positive thoughts and feelings you choose to associate with the specific life event mentioned in step number 1. You will write down, from now on, I will no longer unconsciously feel the negative emotions of, express all the emotions that you expressed in step number 1. When I think about, name the event in step number 1. I am now aware, rational, and have conscious control, so I choose to experience more helpful thoughts and feelings such as hopeful, peaceful, proud, grateful, confident, love. Please take your time with this section as it's the most important part of expressive writing. It's obviously much better for my emotional and physical health if I associate these more empowering emotions when I think about, name the event you've mentioned in step number 1. I realize that I cannot change past events, but I have full control on how I feel about and react to the event from now on. Now set a timer for 15 minutes on your phone, grab a pen and a blank piece of paper, find a quiet room, and begin. Please go to the section on focused expressive writing in your Pain Truth workbook and look at the instruction page as you write so you remember these 3 steps. If you're ready for the challenge, commit just 15 minutes 3 times a week for the next 3 weeks to sit alone in a quiet room and practice focused expressive writing.